Welcome to day 413 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Martijn. Oh, wait, you're not my twin brother. How's it
Hello.
going? How's
The
it going,
older twin.
Martijn?
It's great, man. Great to be on the show again.
Yeah, you were on here quite some time ago, probably what, like 4 months ago?
I think it was too long.
Yeah,
But
it's been
anyway,
a
here we
while.
are
So,
again.
so for those who don't know, Martijn is the lead coder behind NFTz. So he's one of the co-founders along with Wouter and Bas van Halen, his two brothers, and Brian and I. So it's like two sets of brothers.
Yes, partners.
Exactly. So remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in DeSoFi. And we'll get started by talking about the price of DeSo. It fell all the way down to, I think it was like $7.70 or something. I think that was yesterday, before rebounding, and the daily candle actually closed above $10, which I think is a good sign. It currently stands at $11.89 when I'm recording this video. What are your thoughts? Like, what did you think about the collapse of crypto in general?
Yeah, it has been a bad week, obviously, but not only for DeSo, but mainstream crypto just got hit pretty hard. Yeah, I think you talked about it on the show a couple of times. Inflation numbers, many other things, the Russian threat, those kind of things make investors jumpy. Interest rates are coming up because of the inflation. So the easy money it will dry up a little bit. And yeah, that has its effect on portfolios. And yeah, I think DeSo's holding steady. It did not get past 750, like 8, and then it jumped up. Now it's above 10 again. I think it will rebound a little bit. Of course, we think it should be way higher because that's what it deserves. But yeah, the market and what we think are not always aligned.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, we saw Bitcoin hit, I think it fell to like almost 25,000 at one point in the early morning hours yesterday, and it's bounced back as well and is back up over 30. So I think that's a good sign. I mean, whether it holds here or not, who knows? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Elon Musk. So we've all been talking about Elon Musk buying Twitter, and he offered Twitter $54.20 per share. That was back in, I think, April 25th. And now it seems like that purchase is quote unquote on hold, according to Elon. And he's kind of saying it has something to do with the report showing that less than 5% of users on Twitter are spam/fake accounts. He says he wants more details, more data, more calculations to prove this. He wants to see that, is it really just 5% or bots and fake accounts and spammers, or could there possibly be more? I personally think, he's kind of trying to get the price lowered because the market has tanked so much.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, the NASDAQ, since he made that offer, the NASDAQ has fallen 13%. And Tesla, the stock that he owns the most of, and which he's, a vast amount of his net worth is in, fell 27%. So I think he's feeling it a lot, and he thinks that he should be able to get a better deal on Twitter. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he probably uses the whole bots thing to decrease the valuation, and then that he can offer something less. I'm not sure if that's still possible. I'm not sure what agreements are already signed or what is in stone. I did see that on that tweet which he put out, that he did had a comment there also that he says still committed to the deal. So he does want it. So it's not like he's looking for excuses to cancel everything. I think what you're saying, yeah, the loss of Tesla, which hurts him a lot more, of course.
Yeah.
He might try to get a bit cheaper deal or something.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know what he's thinking, but that's just what my guess is. And I've seen other people kind of come up with the same idea. But, I think in the long run, I think Elon buying Twitter is a good thing for Twitter. What he does with it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait, yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about Arweave because we had a few questions directed at NFTz about why we don't do uploads to Arweave automatically when people mint NFTs. We do give the link, just like Diamond App does. If you upload to Arweave yourself, you can simply paste that link and it would use that for your image URL. But, we've kind of been having this discussion since NFTz had become a product. And we've gone back and forth over what we should do and what the best method is. Do you want to touch a little bit on why you think we've kind of avoided doing automatic Arweave uploads?
Yeah, it's a discussion that pops up every time. Some people think it's the only holy solution to get your files decentralized. Of course, there is some more solutions, and there's also some thoughts about Arweave. They use a monetization model. So people run nodes because they can earn money because uploads are served, and it's kind of like I say gas fees minting a node run fee. So they are financially vested. So what happens if for instance, for some reason Arweave downloads decrease? People will just stop running their nodes. So there is not really a solution which can say, put your files here and in 20 years, 10 years, your files will still be there. Nobody can guarantee that. There's always some server running, some software running, and people need to have an incentive to run those things. And normally money is involved. So there is no guarantees. DeSo Foundation uses Google Images by default. Well, Google has been around for 25 years or longer. And yeah, those files, of course, will be available. DeSo Foundation picks up the bill. So it's a pretty decent solution working for many things. So Arweave has some more features for higher resolution files or bigger files or different files. But bigger is also not always better. We have seen things, not going to mention name, with people trying to put images there with 18,000 pixels by 80,000 pixels, and basically can just crash your browser, especially when you put it in a grid with multiple images. That's just way too much. And by using this optimized image system, you force users to use acceptable formats which still look pretty good. You can always give a higher res version in the extra data or via direct message. We even think maybe the real best way to have a real solid solution might be to upload it in multiple places. Use and Google Images and Arweave and maybe Falcon or the Pinata NFT service, which is also IPFS. So, and what do you think?
I mean, you look at OpenSea and the industry standard, you had to go by OpenSea. And right now, OpenSea, all they do is upload your image to their own private servers. And when they upload,
also Google Images also.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they do give the option, you can upload to IPFS and then give that URL. And I think a lot of NFT collections are kind of moving in that direction where, people are independently uploading to IPFS and then via Pinata or another service, and then providing that URL to OpenSea. So I mean, when I think about trying to bring people from ETH or Solana or Polygon or whatever blockchain over to DeSo for NFTs, I think I want to make it as the least confusing as possible. And I think Arweave is really new to most NFT artists and NFT collectors. So I don't think I think, you have options, you have the options to do it with Arweave, you have options to do it with other services as well. And I like your idea of, giving people the option to maybe upload to IPFS, upload to Arweave, upload to Filecoin, storage, Pinata, use Pinata for IPFS, and then have, a place to add those in the extra data field so that your image does last as long as possible that way.
Yeah, there's of course we think the DeSo blockchain will run forever. We want to. We can even be the last node if needed. But still, nobody can give those kind of guarantees that your files will be available, that they will be available fast also, or in a safe country. Yeah, like what you found about the Arweave nodes. That what did you find? That there's many nodes in China.
So most of the nodes are in China, and for Arweave, 849 of their nodes are actually in China. And the second most that any country has is the United States with just 64 nodes. And then
Wow.
they're followed by France with 20 nodes, and then Canada with 10
Mhm.
nodes. So, China has what, like 12 times as many nodes as the second country.
90% or something, or 80% of the nodes or more.
Yeah,
That's
like
a
I
lot.
think it's probably 90% of the nodes are in
Yeah.
China. And China is a country that has been against crypto, and they've actually tried to shut down some Arweave nodes. So, China could get hard on Arweave, shut them all down, make it illegal to run a node. And then what happens? You're left with like maybe
Yeah.
100 nodes elsewhere in the whole world.
Mhm.
Then mining fees drop significantly, because the price would drop significantly.
Yeah.
And do the miners continue mining? I know Gabby said that, you could just use VPN in order to get Chinese people to use VPN, but that's not legal. Like if you get caught doing
Yeah, it
that,
also
you're in
has
just
some
as much trouble.
performance issues. VPNs are not always perfect, but yeah, I understand the idea of having the files decentralized, but the real best solution is not be dependent on one provider, but have like multiple, and use a mix of okay, older technologies and decentral, and then that will give probably the best mix. We are all about options with NFTC. We think we don't want to limit, we want to provide, create options. So yeah, we'll be adding some more options to our portfolio for that. And yeah, we also wanted to make it so easy for those people who are not really affiliated or with crypto yet. We want to go with there's maybe 300, 200 million crypto users worldwide, and we want to get to those billions of users who are not there yet. And so it should be as easy as possible without limitations, and that kind of stuff is really possible through Google Images, or maybe we would run our own CDN in the future with more higher res options. We'll figure it out also with the community. We talk about it also in our Telegram groups, and yeah, we ask what the users think, and we'll figure it out together.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, look, everybody hates Google, and nobody really likes Google. So
yeah,
the idea of having your image on Google, it can be a little, like, I guess, disturbing, but they've been around for 25 years. And I think if they were to go under, or if they were to, like, something catastrophic was to happen, I don't think those images would cease to exist. I think they'd probably be transferred to another company, or there'd be another solution, because so many people rely on Google. It would be,
yeah,
I think there'd be lawsuits.
Yeah, even if you put it decentralized, it could still be taken down, because if the law comes in, or a whole country just shuts down all the nodes, or forces node owners to shut it down, they can find out who runs the nodes. They know the IP addresses there, and you get a kind of things like what you got with those illegal copies, with BitTorrent. In the end, they figured out who was hosting the illegal movies, and they still got takedown requests. So
yeah, exactly.
there's no guarantees.
Yeah, and I mean, by no means is this an attack on Arweave. I love Arweave. I've used it. We actually used it for BitClout Kids, Brian and I. So, like, we used it. We have confidence in it. It's just like nobody can say anything's guaranteed.
It's
but
one
like,
of the options. It's one
exactly
of the options.
one option. All right, let's move on. So Overcloud has become a DAO, and they've begun selling their NFTs that supply you with DAO coins once DAO is released next week. They also released their tokenomics article that you can find on DAO, or if you above this video, there's a link. But so the total supply of DAO coins for Overcloud are going to be set at 100 million. There was some conflicting information posted between the tokenomics article and the actual NFTs that went up. Don Hardman said that they made a mistake with the NFTs, so the numbers aren't right, but he replied under each NFT with the correct data. So a gold NFT is going to give you 62,500 tokens, and it's going to cost you 250 DeSo. A silver NFT is going to give you 10,000 tokens. It's going to cost you 40 DeSo. And a bronze NFT is going to give you 300 tokens and cost you 1.2 DeSo. So I did some calculations. Based on the price of DeSo at $12.11. It's at $12.08 right now. the market capital for Overcloud will be $4.844 million, so $4,844,000, which isn't that bad if if Overcloud becomes this huge social media site, you're going to make a ton of money. So it's interesting. You get to grab a part of Overcloud by buying these DAO tokens in the future or buying the NFTs now.
I think still the core team should have had invested in them probably. I think they're doing great work. It's an innovative node bringing new features. It's built from scratch. It's not like based on the Angular nodes or the Diamond or the BitCloud template. No, they really created something new from scratch, and that is recommendable. We of course at NFTC know that is just very hard, and they also went through the same kind of process. So they deserve, I think, their place. I would have expected them to be part of Octane maybe already, but I understand also, we're moving to DAOs. I think it's a bit hard time right now with the slump going on, but I wish them all the success. Probably might buy one of their DAOs also, because I just want them to DAO NFTs. So I want them to succeed and to continue. It would be it would be a shame if they would say, there's just not enough money and we need to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And I love what Don Hardman's doing. Overcloud's a really good node, and I use it a lot. So far, they have sold 2 of the gold NFTs, 1 silver and 32 bronzes. And they just released those yesterday. The sale is going to run until the hard fork, which takes place in 5 days from now. So 5 days from now, the hard fork will drop, and then these tokens will be available in DAO. So moving on, DeSocial World, they were finally verified after quite a long amount of time, and a lot of people in the community asking for them to be verified. They've been verified. Ado did say he wants to thank Mossified, Sandy Rose, and Randir for helping accelerate the verification process of others. They obviously deserve to be verified. They obviously should have been verified a lot sooner. I'm glad to see it happening now.
Very true. Yeah, I don't have the thing Brian makes, but congrats, Ado and DeSocial World.
I don't have it either. Yeah. Brian should have mailed it to you. Yeah, so Brian is actually on vacation in Vegas. That's why Martijn is replacing him today.
We have vacations on NFTC? Nobody told me.
I know, right? It's not fair. Why does he get to go on vacation? But anyhow, GD Virtual Galleries has released more details on their partnership with NBA Top Shot. We talked about them the last 2 days, about how they're partnering with NBA Top Shot to create their virtual galleries. GDS is phenomenal, and DeSo. So each NBA team is going to be hosting the experience, the GD Virtual Gallery experience, and select their own location. GDS's idea is to have each team arena experience and use the ticketing system to generate revenue for that arena and utilize a physical property that makes profits when they have the games. So it's a really unique idea. I think, this is awesome because NBA Top Shot's such a huge commodity. It's like this NFT project by the NBA essentially that, getting a lot of sports fans into NFTs. And the idea that GDS with GD Virtual Galleries can, integrate with NBA Top Shot and create these galleries for them, I think is huge. It has huge potential for the future of DeSo, huge potential for the future of GD Virtual Galleries.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think sports world and NFTs and crypto in general are a really good match, especially if you start thinking about dynamic NFTs. So dynamic NFTs, where the data can change, for instance, a sports player, which you can follow through the year and their stats change, scores, goals, that kind of stuff. I was still there, or did I disappear for a moment?
No, yeah, your image disappeared, but you're still here.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I was a huge baseball card collector when I was a kid, and I think NBA Top Shot is essentially like the digital version of the basketball card. they're collector's items, and NFTs are collector's items by itself. But when you combine that with sports cards, I mean, the dynamic gets even more interesting.
Yeah,
So
it will be awesome. I expect sports and NFTs, that will be a golden combination. And yeah, GDS is just really moving the space forward. Awesome stuff. Very good.
Yeah, check out the image if you look about this post. I posted a link under the GDS topic, and you can see a little preview of what these NBA Top Shot preview will look like, or I guess I should say gallery will look like. And today is the Dev Hangout with Ty Fisher at 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Vibe Hut. Are you attending that, Martijn?
Yeah, I'm going to join it. I sometimes the hours are not really convenient if you are in Europe, or I just plain forget that. But yeah, I want to attend this one. Yeah, the hard fork. Yeah, it's gonna be special. It's always special. It's just very hard. There's not really a guide on how hard forks are done, so everybody is is finding it out while they go. So, but it's definitely better prepared than the other hard forks with developer feedback and holding it back a little bit longer. And so Ty has just been a really good addition for DeSo. Also, the DeSo protocol package, we use it also with NFTz. We also did some open source additions. I want to do more, but yeah, we need we need cloning. When can DeSo clone, Nader? When is the cloning happening for
Should be
devs?
soon. So do you think Postgres is going to be ready this time? I know with the last hard fork, Postgres was down for a while.
I've been trying some stuff out with Time, and we're running in some issues at block 39,000 or 38,000. We're not sure what it is yet, but we have an issue on the core hub. So I think Nader will also be seeing that. We're trying to find out what is happening there. I hope it can be solved before we start. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit special.
Yeah, 5 more days until that happens. So I'll just touch on the hashtags, the top hashtags. And I honestly don't know if these are accurate because I reloaded Open Prosper and they all remain the same. But I'll go over them. Number 1's DeSo, followed by crypto, then photography, then music, then NFT. They're all kind of the same ones we've been seeing a lot lately. I think maybe these daily videos are keeping the same ones up top because there's so little use of them, and we use them all in these videos. So that might be keeping them all at the top of that list. I don't know. But I'll also go over the top diamonded creators for the last 24 hours. Krasenstein was actually in the lead. Congratulations to ourselves, I guess. Followed by DeSocial World, Goldberry, Brutal, It's Aditya, Yuchi, Photographer's Corner, Happy Rabbit, Michelle Lord, and The Devil. So congratulations to everyone for all the diamonds you received. And there's 2 community events today, and one I'm not really 100% sure about because Miss Katie Ann never sent me a confirmation on this, and I don't see it scheduled on Clubhouse yet. But every Friday they've had it, so I have no reason to believe that it's not going to take place this Friday unless I'm missing something. 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Clubhouse is going to be the DeSo Week in Review with DeSo Chats, Miss Katie Ann, Michelle Lord, Rhubarb, GDS, Wildography, Todd Complex, Brian Drever, Spunk Art, Clout Women Unite, Mr. Triplet, Mike Goldberg, Clout Cox, Clay Oglesby, Zoran, and more. Brian, I don't think is going to be able to make that because, like I said earlier, he's in Vegas, but he is going to supply the list to Michelle, I believe. So no worries there. And the Dev Hangout at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So thanks for coming on the show, Martijn. Anything else to add before we say goodbye? All right. Well, that's it, I guess. And we will talk to everyone tomorrow.